Hey everyone, welcome back to New Tech Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about the 5 newest Android boxes on the market today. These things are absolutely on fire. We're going to go through each one, tell you all about them in today's video right now. All right, so let's get right into it. If I sound like I'm excited, I am. I love new tech, and if you're anything like me, you'll love getting new gadgets, and these are my new gadgets here. There's 5 of them here. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna break down each one because there's so many out there. How do you decide which one to get? So today's video, hopefully I can help you make that decision. And I'm also gonna put in the corner of this video the Amazon Fire Stick specs, and that way when I go through the specs on each one of these and talk about the features of each one of these, you can kind of get a better idea and visualize it in comparison to what an Amazon Fire Stick offers. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Before I do that, I just wanna say that I am actually going to give away every one of these boxes on YouTube. All you need to do is be a subscriber of mine, hit that little thumbs up button right down below this video. That means you liked the video and you like my content, and then comment which one of these boxes you think is the best, or which one would you like the most, and I'll enter you into the drawing, and I'll be doing 5 separate drawings once this video gets 1,000 likes. I like to do it that way because it's a whole lot of fun to do giveaways. I love it. It's probably my favorite thing in the world to do, and so I love giving away stuff when I get good deals like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and give away every one of these. I'm gonna do 5 random drawings. Again, subscribe, like, comment, you're in, just like that. So let's get right into it. These are the 5 boxes we're gonna cover today. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk about the appearance of each one, then I'm gonna get into the specs of each one, and then I'm gonna talk about what type of customer would want each one in this video. It's gonna be a quick video. We're gonna rapid fire go right through it. There's so many boxes out there. How do you decide which one to get? Today's video, I'm gonna help you with that. So the HK1R box is the first one I'm gonna talk about. It has a interesting design. It's completely round. So if you're into circles, this might appeal to you. It doesn't to me. I don't understand this whole design right here, what they've got going on. And the problem with round for me, and it may not be for you, it just depends on how you have it. Some people mount it to the wall behind the TV so it doesn't matter, but I don't. I set it under my TV, and you've got plugs here, plugs here, plugs here, plugs here, here, and here. While it can be convenient if you have thumb drives that are kind of fat, in reality, you've got cords coming from every single angle on this. So I'm not a huge fan of the design of the circle, but this is simply appearance. The specs on this might be amazing. Another thing I noticed is when you pull the plastic off this right here, it kind of is coming up. Now, I don't know if that's just my box or if it's all boxes, but appearance wise, this is probably my least favorite. And then the remote is the basic remote that you get in a lot of the budget and Android boxes. I really wish they would have upgraded this because some of these others have some much better remotes, and so I'm going to talk about that as well. And this has the basic remote. It's universal, so this, if you get another one of Android box that has one of these, you can just swap it out. It's the exact same signal. It's not Bluetooth as well, so if you point it, you have to point right at the box. So you can't really hide this. Pretty much everybody's gonna see this little feather thing that's going on this thing. So that is probably the obstruction thing, having to point it at it, get a little, make sure you're close enough to the box. Kind of annoying. So appearance of this one, I don't really care for, but maybe the specs are amazing and it's worth dealing with that. And the next one we have here is the A95X. Now this is the F4. They really did a good job improving the look of this. This is one of my favorite looks of all these boxes. This is appealing. It kind of looks like an alien spaceship. It also lights up right here when you plug it in, so that's kind of cool. It has rubber bottoms on the bottom as well, so it doesn't slide around, and it actually has a pretty good design with it because similar to the round, the plugs come from different angles, but the difference is they are more lined up. It's not completely round, so that's kind of nice. It also has some vents right here and right here, so it will breathe really, really good. So they definitely thought this out. It's a good looking box without question, and I'll do some close-ups of this as I go into the specs. As far as the remote goes, it's a step up from this remote, but it's really not. It's still an IR remote, so you still need to point it at the screen, which I'm not a huge fan of. For boxes that have Bluetooth enabled, like these two both do, why not have a Bluetooth remote? It can't cost them that much more, because if you get one of these boxes, you're probably gonna wanna upgrade to one of these remotes. Now these two right here, have a little dongle, so you plug into the USB port of that, and you don't have to, you can just have it behind your back in another room, doesn't matter, and it will control it. Plus it has full keyboards, which is kind of nice, and you can get these for pretty inexpensive, and they're backlit. Or you can just get a Bluetooth remote like this one here. This is actually made by Monsterbox. A lot of people don't know this, but the Monsterbox has a Bluetooth remote available on their website, and it works with the Monsterbox, but it works with any Android box that has Bluetooth. So if you get one of these, you could even just get a Monsterbox remote, which is a really convenient remote to have. It works really good, actually. Probably works better than these because these ones aren't Bluetooth, whereas this is a Bluetooth remote, a universal Bluetooth remote. So that I'll put links to all this stuff in the description section of the video so you can get to it, make it really easy for you. But if you get one of these, I highly encourage you to get a Bluetooth remote with it. It's unfortunate that you have to buy that. Then you go up to the H96 Max. Now this one, again, I'll get into the specs later. It's a very basic design. So as far as appearance goes, kind of boring actually compared to some of these others. It's a very boring look. But it does have a Bluetooth remote, so they definitely went all out on that. If you don't care about the look of a box, it's just kind of got a little sticker stuck to it, but it's just kind of a boring box. I mean, it's black, it has a little design right here, nothing too special. The remote's very basic, it has a hot button to YouTube, but the specs on this box might be incredible, so we'll talk about that here in just a minute, but it's kind of a boring look, and you know, aesthetic appeal, sometimes your Android boxes are like pieces of furniture and you want to show it off, and so at least I do. So I like it to look good, and this is where it starts to it looks really good. This right here is the Me Cool. It's a Google certified box here. It's all white. It's a cool looking box. It has a Bluetooth remote with hot buttons to, it looks like Prime Video, Google Play, Netflix, and YouTube. I do know that Android boxes typically don't have 4K in Netflix for whatever reason. I think it's a certification thing. This is Google certified, so it not only does have Google Assist with a button right on your remote, but it's a Bluetooth remote, of course, but it also has 4K on the Netflix, which is unusual for a Android box. And it does have the rubber bottom, so it won't slide around. It looks like it has lots of good ports, and it's a good looking box. So aesthetically, this is a very, very good looking box. So I'm a fan of the Me Cool and the A95X, but the specs could determine really which box you get. And then you've got the Buzz TV one right here. Now this is the XRS 4900, it's at the top of the line. I will say one thing, the box is huge as you can see, but the unit itself isn't really that big, and that's because they load this up and they do so much inside here. When you open this up, it's like Christmas. It's like a box that has all kinds of stuff. There's a mouse pad there for you, and underneath there's lots of packaging and all kinds of fun stuff for you. So the Buzz TV always does a really good job with their packaging. But what does their box look like? Well, let's take a look. First of all, the remote is Bluetooth. It controls just about everything with hot buttons to live TV. And we'll talk about what kind of customer would want this, because this is probably the most expensive of all of the boxes here. But aesthetically, it is pretty cool. It looks like a honeycomb design on the front. It is embossed. It's a little hard to see. I'll do close-ups as I go through the specs. It does have little padded bottoms so it won't scratch your surfaces. It's got lots of ports on it, everything you could need. Pretty basic size, just has a cool plastic honeycomb mold to it. Not super impressed, although the coloring's pretty cool, but I'm not super impressed for the kind of price that you pay, but maybe the specs make it worth it. And then there's the remote there, which I like the remote. It's a big remote, but it does a lot of stuff that the other remotes are not going to do. So now that we talked about the appearance of all of them, let's talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about the specs. What sets each one apart? So the first one I'm going to talk about is the HK1 Box. This is the R3 model. It's their newest model. If you're familiar with Box and you've used their products and you like their products, this might be the box for you. So let's talk about the specs right now. The Box R3 has Android 11.0. Now there are a couple different memory options. You've got the 4 GB memory or the 8 GB memory. 8 GB of memory is a lot. Most boxes you'd be lucky to get 4. But this is a newer model. The newer model should offer something like this, and this does. You can choose either 4 or 8. Storage-wise, 32 or 64. I would like to have seen a little bit more on that as an option, especially if you are going to be downloading things. But 32 to 64, if you get the 64 with 8 GB of RAM, you're in good shape. And we talked about the remote being IR, not Bluetooth, which is not that good. Dual band absolutely. Does have dual band, so you can get the maximum speed. Does have an Ethernet port as well. All these boxes have that. Bluetooth, absolutely. You can connect a Bluetooth remote to this. You can connect Bluetooth speakers to this, all of that. Price-wise, it retails at $120. Of course, I will have a better price for you in the link down in the description. You'll be surprised how much less I can get all of these products for you. If you just click the links down in the description section of this video, you're gonna be able to see the price that I negotiated. And I didn't just scour for the lowest prices, I negotiated the lowest prices just for you guys. And the next box we're going to talk about is the A95X F4. I really like the look of this box, but what are the specs? Do they match the look of the box? So the A95X F4 has Android 10.0. I would have liked 11 on a new product like this, but I know 10 is very stable, and I know that it's a safe route to go. As far as memory goes, 4 gigabytes, doesn't have the 8 option. Storage, 32 and 64, which is very similar to the R box. The remote controls IR, it's not Bluetooth. And the dual band Wi-Fi, of course, Bluetooth, yes, you can connect a Bluetooth remote to this as well. And the price is good. These things retail at $80. I can get you even a better price, but $80 is the retail price on an A95X F4. So as you can see, these are considered the budget line, and then we start stepping up a little bit more as you go this way. Not necessarily on specs, but features as well. So let's talk about the A96 Max right now. The A96 Max uses the newest Android 11, but check this out. It has 8 gigabytes of memory standard. That's what you're going to get. You're gonna get the best when it comes to memory right off the bat. There's no options. It's simply an 8 gigabyte memory. Storage is 64 gigabytes. It comes with that Bluetooth remote. Does have dual band Wi-Fi. Bluetooth, yes, absolutely. Again, all these boxes have that. The price on this retail is $110, so it is very affordable for what you get. Those chips are so expensive now, so if you can get a box for around $100 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, you're in great shape. So now let's talk about the MeCool KM2. This is their white edition, brand new box that just came out. I think they started selling them at the end of May, I believe. But mass distribution didn't come till this month. So the MeCool KM2 uses Android 10.0. Again, it's a very stable version. I would have liked to have seen 11, but we get 10. Memory, 2 gigabytes of RAM. You heard that right, 2 gigabytes of RAM. Storage, 8 gigabytes. So they are really competing specifically with a Fire Stick. They do not have the latest Android. They do not have the most memory. They do not have the most storage. They put all their money into certifying their boxes with Google. By doing that, they do have the Bluetooth remote built in and Google Assist right on the remote, which you're just not going to find in a third-party box, but you do with MeCool. Does have dual band Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, absolutely. Box. So let's talk about the cream of the crop as far as pricing. It certainly is the most expensive, the Buzz TV, the XRS 4900. So let's talk about that. As far as specs go for this thing, it uses Android 9.0, which to me is shocking because it is an older version. Well, there's a reason why they did that, because it's a modified operating system. They actually enhanced it to perform better. So if you run speed tests on this in comparison to any of these other boxes, it's gonna blow it away. They modified it so that it doesn't take long to do processing. And Android 9.0 is very stable, so they stuck with that and they modified it so that it would perform a whole lot better. As far as memory goes, 4 gigabytes memory, storage, 64 gigabytes, pretty standard for boxes, but for a new box, I would have liked to see maybe a little bit more memory on that. The remote is an enhanced Bluetooth remote, so it controls not just your box, but also your TV and other devices as well. Completely programmable. It also has shortcut buttons that you can get right to your IPTV, which none of the other ones are going to have. Dual band Wi-Fi it has, and then of course Bluetooth, without question it does. That's somebody that's gonna want one of these boxes. Somebody that really is just maybe a gamer, somebody that really wants great performance, great video card, a really good, easy to use interface that has IPTVs. Now those are like third-party IPTVs, and they want to compile them together. They want to be able to get all their content. They want to record it. It has all that ability with their app that they have built in on the Buzz TV. So if you've used Buzz TV, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But what's the price on something like this? It retails around $200. So it's without question going to be the most. So what is it you're looking for here when it comes to a new Android box? Do you want the newest operating system? Do you want the most RAM? Do you want the most storage because you like to DVR everything? Do you want the best design? What is it that you want? That's what you need to decide on your own. I'm just here to share options with you, and I get excited. Every one of these boxes are great. None of them are junk. I mean, I'm not gonna bring a bad product to you. It's products I would use. It's products I think my users would use. And all of these still blow a Fire Stick away. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my Amazon Fire Stick. It's great for traveling. It's small. You can stick it in your pocket. You can move it between rooms really, really easy. Whereas Android boxes typically, unless you get an Android stick, is going to be more stationary. So you're going to use it on your main TV. You're going to get better performance out of it. You're going to be able to download things to it. You're going to be able to control a lot more with an Android box. There's so much more that you can do. It's more expandable. You can add more things to it. Are these the best Android boxes on the market? I'm not so sure, but they definitely are the newest Android boxes on the market. And I think you can find something great about every one of these boxes, whether it's the price, the appearance, the specs, something about these boxes might appeal to you. I will put links to where you can get each one of these. I got them from different places, so the links will be different down in the description section. If you go on to Amazon and you try to find these, you're gonna pay full retail. I don't like my viewers to have to pay full retail, but if you want to, go ahead. They're not all available on Amazon, but some of them will be. They'll just be a lot more expensive. But if you go to where I negotiated the best price, you will definitely save quite a few bucks on every single one of these things. So if any of them appeal to you, let me know. And again, don't forget to comment down below. Let me know which one your favorite is, because I'm gonna be giving away every single one of these once this video gets 1,000 likes. So hopefully this month it'll get 1,000 likes, and then next month I can do that drawing, and I'll send a notification out to everybody that has notifications turned on so you can watch that. I've given away dozens and dozens of boxes and Android sticks and Fire Sticks and all kinds of things on this channel, and I love giving stuff away. So I'm looking forward to this once this gets 1,000 likes. Again, I really appreciate everybody watching my channel. If you have any questions about any of these boxes, feel free to comment down below. If you want to see the interface on all these, I'm going to be doing individual interface videos for every single one of these on our support channel, which is going to be over on Patreon. So check that out if you haven't already. It's a great way to connect with me, to get help and support, and to see the ins and outs of every one of the products that I review on my channel. Thanks again, everybody, for watching my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.